Most people are fine saying that they want money. It's socially acceptable. People even admire it. But wanting status, that's different. People feel guilty even admitting that. They hide it, they downplay it, or they rationalize it as just ambition. And that is exactly why it's so powerful. Because status governs how the world actually responds to you, even more than money does. In this video, I'm going to break down why the desire for status is taboo and how it secretly controls your social and professional opportunities, and how you can start navigating it consciously. We're going to go through 5 key points. First, I'll show you why status is different from money in how it's perceived socially. Second, we'll uncover the single most powerful lever for gaining social standing that people never admit to using. Third, we'll look at the subtle ways the world punishes open status seeking. Fourth, we'll explore how to recognize who's actually higher status around you, even if they don't act like it. And finally, I'll give you practical strategies for signaling status in ways that feel natural but undeniable. Every point is something you can use immediately to see or influence status in your real life. Point 1. Status isn't about money, it's about predictability and legibility. Many people think that status is earned by wealth, achievements, or accolades. That's true in part, but the hidden factor is legibility. People assign status to those who they can predict and place in their mental hierarchy. If someone's behavior is inconsistent, unpredictable, or hard to read, they get ignored or even subtly punished, regardless of money or skill. For example, in a professional setting, someone who walks into the room calmly, makes eye contact, and speaks concisely is instantly perceived as higher status than a wealthier colleague who fidgets, over-explains, or dominates the conversation. It's not about what they own, it's about how easily others can categorize them. Here's an actionable takeaway. Audit how you appear in 3 common social situations: work, social events, and online presence. And ask yourself, can someone understand what I want, what I can offer, and where I belong within 30 seconds? If the answer is no, you're invisible or discounted, regardless of your achievements. Point number 2. Admitting that you want status triggers shame because it exposes social risk. Here's the core taboo. Everyone wants status, but saying it out loud risks judgment. Society tells you that wanting status is greedy, vain, or selfish. This taboo exists because status is a zero-sum social game. Someone gaining more indirectly threatens others' position. Admitting it makes others unconsciously defensive. The real power of this insight is that wanting status doesn't need to be admitted to work. Most people try to hide it, but the ones who master legibility signals of status get the benefits without verbalizing the desire. For instance, showing calm confidence, choosing where and how to participate, and letting others notice your contribution naturally signals social standing. You don't have to justify it, but your behavior should make it impossible to ignore. Here's an actionable takeaway. Pick one high-value social space, your team, your friend group, or a networking circle, and identify what behaviors make someone stand out there. Speaking succinctly, being relied upon, managing attention. Start subtly by layering those behaviors onto your own interactions. Over time, your status will rise without even having to declare it. Point number 3. Openly seeking status backfires, but hidden influence thrives. So the world punishes overt status seeking. So like bragging, name dropping, or flaunting ambition triggers resistance, even from people who admire competence. So the lesson here is this: status is social permission. The most effective strategy is covert elevation. So influence without announcing what your goal is. So for example, in a corporate context, someone quietly building credibility through reliability, mentorship, and insight often rises faster than someone loudly chasing promotion. Status accrues when people can see it forming naturally, not when you claim it out loud. So here's an actionable takeaway. Track your interactions for status exposure points. Are you showing confidence in ways that others can easily internalize and appreciate without overtly claiming it? Point number 4, how to recognize the real status players around you. Not everyone with loud titles or flashy possessions has status. Some people move silently, control attention, and manage perception. They're the true power players. The ability to read status in others is almost as important as building your own. So here's an actionable takeaway. Observe a social circle, identify who consistently gets deferred to, who gets noticed, and who people subconsciously emulate. Map their behaviors, and you'll start to see the patterns that create influence. Point number 5, how to signal status effectively without crossing that taboo. Status signaling is subtle. Posture, voice control, choice of words, timing, consistency, reliability. You want people to notice your presence and value without feeling threatened by an overt display of desire. Here's something that you can try. Pick 3 status cues to implement immediately. So you can choose consistency. So be reliably excellent at one observable behavior. 2, selective attention. Choose carefully where you contribute or intervene. And 3, calm authority. Speak and move with deliberation, even under pressure. Over time, these small, high-value behaviors shift perception dramatically. People start treating you differently, and the taboo desire for status becomes an invisible advantage. Hope this helped, guys. Bye.